to set the tone amongst these four stars?
Well, can I pick two names?
I mean, this
My
is
last?
first take. I'd rather you just
No,
pick
I'm just
one.
saying. I mean, if you're the Boston Celtics, it's obviously, but I think it's Kyrie
No,
Irving.
pick one name.
I think Kyrie. I think it's Kyrie. Here's the reason why. When I think about setting the tone, UD, Andraya, here's where my thought process falls. It's going to be vicious in Boston for Kyrie Irving. That crowd is going to come at him. He left them. He departed from them, went to Brooklyn, et cetera, et cetera. I'm here for as long as you'll have me. You want me to be. And then, in their eyes, left like a thief in the night, right? So the venom and the vitriol that's going to be thrown in his direction is going to be very palpable. Even Draymond Green will confess to you that when he was in the finals for those games against Boston, the initial, not as the series waned, of course, he got his bearings under him and did his thing and really helped them win the championship. But those first couple of games in Boston, he told me he was a little rattled because he had never experienced anything like that. That's what I recall him telling me. Draymond, if I'm quoting you inaccurately, I apologize, but I don't think I am. I think I remember that's what you said to me. So what I'm saying to you is they're going to come at Kyrie worse. If this brother show up anyway and shows out under that umbrella of vitriol, oh, that's going to set the tone for the rest of the series for the Dallas Mavericks. That's how I'm thinking. That's why the name Kyrie Irving comes up.
That exact reasoning is why Luka Doncic needs to set the tone. What did Luka do in Game 5 against Minnesota?
Yeah,
From the jump,
I agree.
20 points in the first quarter. The crowd was silent. You could hear a pin drop in the arena. If Luka comes out and sets the tone and is hitting tough shots and is hitting his step back and making things that look really difficult look effortless, or if they double team him or blitz him and he's finding his teammates, the crowd can't even say anything to Kyrie because they're like, oh, we have no answer for Luka. And then what can Kyrie do? He can cook, he can facilitate, he can get into his bag. I think it's Luka with the high degree of difficulty with shots that he can make. That is so frustrating. When you play great defense on somebody and they are still able to knock down shots with the way that he's able to, it's a crowd silencer. I think Kyrie's going to get it no matter how well he plays. They can't stand Kyrie. Luka can silence the crowd, especially if he starts the way he started Game 5 against Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm with you, Andraya. The level of savageness that I saw Luka bring in Game 5 against Minnesota, when we were watching Anthony Edwards talk to everybody and shut everybody up, and that was the first time that we saw somebody shut Anthony Edwards up, the way he shut the crowd up. There's nothing more sweeter than watching that Boston crowd leave the game early and get quiet because you know the kind of energy that they're going to come with. So that savageness that Luka brings, the way he talks to the crowd and the way he gets his team going and the way he doesn't back down and he is the aggressor. I think if Luka can get started with that, I don't think there's a team that can handle that. It reminds me of when we went to Boston with Braun those years ago when that bus was lit. And and Braun looked at us and was like, don't worry about it, I got it. And the man walked out there from the jump ball, the man shut the whole crowd up. The crowd was never involved in that game at all.
But I guess what I'm saying, UD and Andre, is that I'm anticipating. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying because how he looked and how he was talking while busting there, you know what, in that first quarter of Game 5. I get what you're saying. I'm just talking about overall his game, his level of production. I'm taking that for granted, y'all. I'm assuming he's going to do that. And then what I'm doing is fantasizing about what if Kyrie rolls out there and looks like Luka did in Game 5 in the first quarter? What if he rolls out there and open and tap in Boston at the Garden, the parquet floor, all right, where you lost to them like the last 10 times for crying out loud and all. I mean, if Kyrie goes up in there, not the talking because he don't talk like that, but he goes out there and busts their living, you know what, from open and tap and let them know this is another level. Y'all done started something. I mean, could you imagine what that's going to do? That's what I'm saying.
Sure. For sure. I mean, when a guy like Kyrie who's been there and he takes it personal and he lets the guys know in the locker room, hey, this one is personal to me and I'm going to come out with a certain sense of urgency early. I'm going to set the tone early. That just gets you guys going. That rallies your troops. And that means your guys are in the locker room sharpening their swords, getting ready to go out there and do their thing. So, yeah, if Kyrie does come in with that energy and that savageness from the jump, with that chip on his shoulder, he doesn't have to say it. Just be that silent assassin that we know he can be. yeah, that does change the level. But once again, what Luka did against Minnesota in Game 5, I had never seen that done before, aside from LeBron James when we walked into Boston. Literally shut the crowd up from the jump ball.
Well, wait a minute.
With my
I
own
mean,
eyes.
I know
With
you're
my
talking
own
about what
eyes.
you never saw before. I didn't see LeBron wasn't talking like Luka was talking though. I mean, he looked like a man possessed. But was he talking?
He did not talk.
He didn't talk
he
at
wasn't
all.
talking, but he shut the crowd up, and they was out of there early.
Right.
They was out of there early.
Right. The thing about Luka though, when Luka talked like that, he ain't shut the crowd up. He elevated the venom. They just couldn't do anything about it. I mean,
A lot of Mavs
that's what I'm saying.
A lot of Mavs talk
Yeah,
from the three of you.
Yeah.
A lot
He
of
shut
Mavs
the Minnesota
talk.
Timberwolves up, though.
That's true. He shut that team up, no doubt.
And wasn't nobody able to do that.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Think I'm gonna try to wear, I pull up long range. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA over here,